Hi everyone, welcome back. This week, we bring you another installment of our series, Mysteries in 10. This series is different from anything we've ever done before. Each episode is told from the point of view of an expert, as if they were telling the story themselves. Today, we are letting a historian tell us about the Salem Witch Trials. So without further ado, let's begin. Let me tell you a story, one I thought I understood. For 19 years, I have studied history. I have turned page after page of yellowed manuscripts, read testimonies of people long dead, and pieced together the truth behind legends. But no story, no tragedias, ever gripped me like the Salem Witch Trials of 1692. For the first time ever, I traveled to Salem village and I discovered a horror that lingers not only in the dusty records, but still stains the very ground. It was March when I arrived. The sky hung low, heavy with grey clouds. The wind from the harbour carried the temps of salt and old wood. Salem today is a bustling town, but step off the main road and you'll find streets that look as if they haven't aged a day since the 17th century. I walked to the old meeting house, its weathered timbers dark with centuries of rain. When I pushed open the door, it groaned like a living thing. Inside, the air was still, heavy, as if the room remembered. I ran my hand along the benches where the accused had once sat, trembling in chains. How it began. The story starts with two girls, Betty Paris and Abigail Williams. They were just children when they began to convulse and scream, claiming invisible spirits tormented them. A doctor declared it unnatural, beyond mortal reason. Fear took hold, and once fear grips a town, it spreads like wildfire. People whispered of witches. Names were spoken in hushed tones. Sarah Gede, Sarah Osborne, Cheetoba. I read Reverend Samuel Paris's own diary that night. His words shook me. This day the children were most grievously tormented by the spectres. Satan's hand was clear to see. The accusations spread. I left the meeting house and followed the path that leads to where the old jail once stood. The jail is gone now, but the earth remembers. 24 prisoners were held there in darkness, chained in filth, some for months. I imagined Sarah Good, gaunt and starving, clutching her swollen belly. She was pregnant when arrested. Giles Corey, proud and unyielding, staring at the magistrates with fire in his eyes. Rebecca Nurse, elderly and devout, begging for reason. I am innocent as the child unborn, but innocence meant nothing in Salem. The trials. That night, in my hotel room, I opened the original transcripts, those same words that condemned the innocent. She sent forth her spectre to pinch and choke me. One accuser cried. I read those lines again and again, and suddenly, it was as if time blurred. I was there, in that meeting house. I saw the magistrates leaning forward, their fists pounding the table. I saw Abigail Williams, pointing her trembling finger. I heard the gasps, the cries of which, from the crowd. I saw Rebecca Nurse in chains, tears streaking her face. I am innocent, she pleaded, but her words were drowned out by fear. Gallows Hill. The next morning, I climbed Gallows Hill. The wind whipped hard, carrying with it a biting cold. The trees stood thin and skeletal, as if even nature shunned this place. Here, 19 people were hanged, and Giles Corey, refusing to enter a plea, was pressed to death with heavy stones. His final words still echo in my mind. More weight. I stood there for a long time, staring at the ground, imagining the ropes, the gasping breaths, the silence after a life ended, and then a whisper. So soft, I thought it was the wind. Do you believe now? The night vision. That night, I dreamt of the trial, but it wasn't a dream. I was in the room again. This time, the accused turned to me one by one. Rebecca Nurse, Sarah Good, Giles Corey. Their eyes pleaded with me, as if they knew I could see them, knew I could speak for them. And then, behind them, something darker, a shadow that wasn't human, watching silently, almost smiling. I woke in a cold sweat. My room was freezing. The truth that remains. When I left Salem at dawn, the sky was pale, the streets empty. Even after 19 years of research, I cannot shake what I felt there. Because the Salem Witch Trials were never about witches. They were about fear, uncontrollable fear, and never really dies. Even now, if you walk those narrow streets at night, you might feel it too. That weight in the air, those eyes watching you, waiting for someone new to accuse. Thank you for watching this special edition of Mysteries in 10. To celebrate the release of our newest episode, we will be running a mini event until April. Every day we will be releasing polls and quizzes related to this episode, so make sure you stay tuned to catch them all. If you win, you'll get a chance to win one of 3 prizes, including an official poster and stickers. Check our community tab for more information. If you enjoy stories like these, we have a ton more available. Our last episode of Mysteries in 10 featured an archaeologist exploring the mysteries of King Tut's tomb. We also have several other series on our channel, including Expedition X, which follows a team of paranormal investigators as they explore the world in search of the unknown, and Dead Files, which pairs a former FBI agent and a medical examiner to solve mysterious cases. To watch this episode or any of our other originals, you need a subscription to our streaming service. With a subscription, you can binge all your favorite episodes and access tons of exclusive content, all for the price of a couple of cups of coffee per month. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you keep watching.